a very special poem that is keeping quiet. It's a 12th standard poem CBSE, and it's a poem with earnest appeal. And this melodious poem has been composed by a very famous Chilean poet, Latin American poet named Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda was born in 1904 and he died in 1973. This poet has been awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. He has made an earnest appeal to the whole the world. It's a global appeal to the world that the poet will count up to 12 and whole the world must be silent. What is the reason that he is going to count to 12, not to 11, not to 10? Reasons have not been specified in this poem, but our calculation might be that the year has 12 months. This might be a reason. Or our clock has time till 12. This might be the reason. We do not know what is the reason, but he is making an appeal that we must count up to 12, and we will count. He is making an appeal to the whole the world. He is making an appeal to all the people of the world, and for once on the face of the earth. And what will be the effect of this? That if he will count to 12, and there is one condition, that when he will count to 12, everyone must be silent. He is making an appeal to be silent totally, but silence with a meaning. Silence with not negative effect, but extremely positive effect. The poet wants. And why he wants that everybody should be silent, he has explained. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Nobody will speak any language. And if nobody will speak any language, what will be the language? Silence. It means uniformity. Whole the world will be in a center of silence. Whole the people will be silent, so silence will be the language. Suppose that if anybody speaks Spanish, German, Chinese, Hindi, and they fight in the name of the language, that this is my language, I'm better than you, I'm the best. So there will be no quarreling, there will be no clash in the name of the language, and they will be the same. They will be same, speaking the same. What speaking the same? Silence. So silence is here a language. Although it cannot be spoken, silence means totally silent, not speaking a single word, but not speaking a single word will also have the magic in the mind and heart of the people. For whole the earth, it will be a kind of blessing. And or let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and do not do anything. The poet is making an appeal. Just be silent and don't do anything. Don't do any work. Total inactivity, it must not have such meaning, according to the poet. Not total inactivity. It's a kind of activity, silent activity, in order to awaken the world from deathly working, from deathly machine that is, that we have to come back once again. We have to be silent, and when we'll be silent, what will be effect? And not move our arms so much, not doing anything, not driving bike, not driving cars, not doing anything, not going to the office. Just we will be silent. We can observe others. Poet wants to say it, and it would be an exotic moment. Exotic, not common, very uncommon, non-traditional. It will be the method, and without rush, without any noise, without any hodgepodge, without any problem, and without any complaint, without engines. No machinery in the world will be there. That engines, no use of engines will be there. No planes will be there. No train will be there. No bike will be there. No car will be there. The world will be silent, so totally, and we would all be together. And in this way of being silent, we will have a kind of unity of being silent and in a sudden strangeness. And it will be a kind of strange atmosphere, very odd atmosphere, but it will give you a message, it will give a message to the whole world that yes, we are united, we can understand each other, we can know each other, we can feel each other, we can feel the problems of the others because we are silent, we are observing others. And when we were busy, we had not time, we had not a single second to think about others. That's why the poet is making an appeal. It's a humanitarian appeal, it's a humanitarian poem. That's why the poet wants to make this appeal. Now, stanza, fishermen in the cold sea. Fishermen who are very busy. For what? Hunting fish. And the man gathering salt would not harm whales. And when they will be silent, they will not hunt whales, so they will not harm whales. Whales will be saved. Fish will be saved. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hand. And the laborers, people who work so hard, especially he has mentioned the man who is gathering salt, he will also take rest. He has hurt his hand so much, he will take rest, he will observe, he will cure it, he will put medicine on it, and then he will put an ointment for it, and then he will take rest. So he will take rest actually, and will take at his hurt hands. He will care it a lot. And those who prepare green wars, and next stanza, those kind of people who prepare green wars, deforestation, cutting forest, cutting greenery, whole the world is totally beyond imagination. Nobody is thinking about the forest, nobody is thinking about the trees, nobody is thinking about the plants. They have become so mechanical age it has become. Only machines, no greenery at all. They are not worried about it, and they are eating all those things, they are exploiting all those things, they are eating blindly, they are spending blindly, and they are exploiting blindly all the natural wealth of this earth. And so they will stop it. Wars with gas, chemical wars. You might have seen Nagasaki and Hiroshima, atomic wars between Japan and America in 1945, Second World War, 6th and 9th August. That you can find these dates, very dangerous. First World War 1914 to 1918, Second World War 1939 to 1945. But the most significant that days, 2 days, that you can find it out. Nagasaki and Hiroshima, 2 cities of Japan, completely destroyed by America. So wars with gas, it will be also stopped when everybody will be silent. Wars with fire also, that no ammunition will be used, no bullet will be used. So world will be free from any fire, free from any bullet, free from any bomb. And victory with no survivors. What is the meaning of such type of victory when no survivor will be there? So that's why we will stop all those things, and then it will be a kind of victory with no survivor. It's a kind of victory will be there for every kind of people of the world, that people can know each other very well. They will not engage in wars, meaningless wars, and would put on clean clothes, and they will wear clean clothes. They will find themselves very pure by clothes also, very clean clothes. Actually, when they were busy with the machines, with their work, they had not time to put clean clothes. They could not care themselves. But when they will be silent, they will observe themselves, they will put clean clothes. And in this way, they will be looking very well, very healthy, very clean, very meaningful. And walk about with their brothers. And all the people of the world, they will be their brothers. Because they are also silent. They will also put clean clothes. They will have uniformity. They are all together. They will be brothers. In the shade, doing nothing. In the shade. The shade means that you can say in a place where everybody is the same, putting clean clothes, everybody is looking the same and doing nothing, and everybody is not doing anything. Everybody is the same. Nobody is speaking any language. Everybody is silent. They have similarity. Total equality it is. So yes, and here now, from here. Now next stanza. So what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. But the poet doesn't want silent to be defined as inactivity. It's not inactivity, it's a kind of activity, a very meaningful activity it is. And what is life is what it is about. Life is totally meaningful, it's not meaningless. And I want no truck with death. Everybody is afraid of death in this world. But the poet wants that everyone must not be afraid of death. And if we were not so single minded, and yes, everybody in the world was so busy that they could never understand the meaning of life, they are afraid of death. They are always afraid of death. That's why they can never understand the meaning of life. When they will be silent, when they will understand each other, they will feel each other, they will feel the pain of others, they can understand life very well. And if we're not single-minded about keeping our lives moving, only moving blindly, it's a blind race. Everybody is running blindly. No direction is there. Directionless totally. So the poet wants to stop all this nonsense at once, and that's why he's making an appeal. It's not time for moving, it's just time to stop, to be silent, to feel others, and for once could do nothing. And this moment we will not do anything, we can understand each other, and perhaps a huge silence, and huge silence, whole the world will be silent. This is huge silence and might interrupt this sadness. Everybody is sad, according to the poet, that everybody is running blindly. They are sad, they are afraid of death. They are dealing with a lot of problems, but nobody is there in this world. People have become so selfish, they don't have time to understand anyone. So they will feel others, they will understand the life of others in this way when they will be silent, and their sadness will be removed, never understanding that, okay, ourselves, and of threatening ourselves with death. And there will be no threat of death when they will be silent. They will be all together. They will solve all the problems of life. They will understand each other, and in this way, life will be simpler than before. And perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead. When everything seems dead, that means silent. When everybody will be silent, it will be a kind of death in this world. Death means what? Death of all the vices. All the negative vibes will be dead, and what? And later proves to be. Later, this earth proves to be alive. When everybody will be silent and negativity will be all over, so earth once again it will be revived. It will regain life. It will be revived. It will regain life, and earth will be revived once again. It will have rebirth. Rebirth of the earth as made an appeal by the poet. And here also the two lines. The poet concludes with an appeal. Now he's going to 12. Now I will count up to 12. Now he's going to count to 12, and you keep quiet and I will go. Then everybody must keep quiet, and then the poet will depart. Now this poem is actually an appeal for everyone, for whole the world to be silent, to understand each and everyone in this world. And people have become so busy in this world that they could never understand, they could not have time to understand each and everyone. So when they will be silent, they will observe others. This is a very simple appeal, very simple but very complex thoughts also have been described in this poem. That the people do not have actually time. They are running blindly, and they are afraid of death also. So literary devices, the poet is very enriched, especially the use of alliteration figure of speech. Here had her hands, confined alliteration figure of speech, her hands, and there once again, yes, here, here let's anaphora. The same word has been repeated, anaphora. That here literary device, we can find it out. And once again we would that alliteration figure of speech, and here without rush, without engines, repetition figure of speech. Single, that same word has been repeated in this line, and then sudden strangeness. Once again, alliteration figure of speech has been described in this poem, and once again that wars with gas, wars with engine, wars. That once with. Once again, same word has been repeated. Repetition figure of speech. Victory with no survivors would put on clean clothes. Once again, alliteration figure of speech. So the poet is overall very walk with. Once again, alliteration figure of speech. But the poet is very enriched in the field of literary devices. So overall, it's a very appealing poem. It's a very interesting poem. It's a poem with a moral purpose. So we must deal this poem with a lot of sense, and we can understand the feeling of this Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. My dear viewers, after so many days that I am going to now upload this video, so it's my appeal to everyone that please give your suggestions, valuable suggestions. मेरी वीडियो को लाइक करिए, मेरी वीडियो पे कमेंट करिए और शेयर भी करिए, और जहाँ कहीं भी आपको लगता हो कि मुझे और ज़्यादा कोशिश करने की आवश्यकता है, प्लीज़ आप मुझे ज़रूर गाइडेंस आपकी ज़रूरत है। मेरे स्टूडेंट्स भी मुझे बहुत गाइड करते हैं, जैसे मेरे स्टूडेंट्स शौर्य, ऋषिकेश, समर, सिद्धार्थ, प्रशांत और विकल्प अभी मेरे साथ हैं। ये लोग अपना वीडियो प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, तो मेरे स्टूडेंट्स मुझे बहुत कोऑपरेट करते हैं। आपसे भी मैं एज अ व्यूवर आपसे अपील करूँगा, आप मुझे प्लीज़ थोड़ा गाइड करें। अगर जहाँ आपको लगता हो कि और प्रयास करने की ज़रूरत है, मुझे बताइए और मैं अपना प्रयास इसी तरह जारी रखूँगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू। हैव अ नाइस डे। थैंक यू।